Hey, I'm Roland with Mobile Geeks, and what we have right here is the new Acer Iconia Tab 8 Full HD. That is the device that actually showed up on GFX Bench a couple of weeks ago. So it's their new Intel Atom Z3745 based Android tablet. It's a 7.9-inch or 8-inch form factor, having a full HD panel actually. That's a pretty good looking IPS screen that is at the fullest brightness right now, so you can see that it is pretty bright. I have a bunch of video lights going on right here, as you can see. It's a pretty decent screen. It has a full HD resolution of 1920 by 1200 pixels. The whole thing weighs in at 360 grams. It feels, well, it is not the lightest tablet at this form factor, but it doesn't feel very heavy or whatever. We're talking about an Intel Atom Z3745 in here. That's a quad-core x86, 1.33 gigahertz SoC that can go up to 1.83 gigahertz, I think, on Turbo Boost. They're combining that with 2 gigs of RAM and 16 gigs of onboard flash storage. There might be a version coming out with a lower resolution panel, but for now, at least for Germany, for example, and the other Western markets, they're gunning for the full HD version to come out in, well, about July or August. That's what they're saying. And as you can see, the viewing angles are pretty decent. It's a pretty good looking panel. They have an anti-fingerprint coating on here, and yeah, they have tried to integrate a pretty good display, and I think they've done pretty good on this. So let's take a quick tour around the device. Up here we have a 2 megapixel shooter that is just a standard webcam right there. The bezels on the side are looking pretty thin, so it's a pretty nice design on this. Looking kind of iPad mini-ish, but not going all the way as some other people do. We have this standard Acer design right here. It's all metal back. We have a single, I think that's a mono speaker on the back, although they employ this huge speaker grill right here. That's the Intel logo right there in the middle. I think this is a pre-production model, so if you see some kinks or whatever, that's because it is a prototype and not a final model. We have the Acer logo in the middle, again all aluminum on the back, and a 5 megapixel camera without flash. Up top, this part is plastics actually, because that's where the Wi-Fi antenna sits. Up there we have a micro USB 2.0 port and a micro HDMI out, plus a 3.5 millimeter headset jack right there. On the side, that's where the micro SD card slot goes, so you can extend the 16 gigs of internal storage through that. I don't think there's pretty much anything else on the side except for the volume rocker and the power button right there. Talking about the software, we're running a pretty unmodified Android right here, so they're integrating a tiny bunch of functions that they've come up with themselves. Let's see the about right there. So we have Android 4.4.2 KitKat running on this Android or Intel-based device right here. So this is coming out at 200 euros in Germany, and it will probably be 199 US dollars, which is a pretty good price if you consider that the Atom that's in there is a pretty powerful chip compared to a bunch of ARM processors. So you're talking about a performance level that's about the same as a Snapdragon 600. And 2 gigs of RAM, 16 gigs of onboard flash storage, a full HD panel, which is a pretty good looking IPS screen with no gap between the glass layer and the screen itself. So for 200 euros or $200, that's a pretty good deal, I think. So I was rolling with Mobile Geeks, checking out the Acer Iconia Tab 8, also called A1 840 FHD, at Computex 2014. So if you want to see more videos from us from Taipei right here, which is pretty much our home base actually, you should subscribe to our channel and give this video a thumbs up. We'll see you later. Bye.